Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. We're doing a full body flow today, so find some space to move and let's get started. So we're going to begin today sitting down, but if you can bring your legs together and in front of you, we're just going to lean back a little bit, and you can hold your knees if you'd like, and maybe take a sway or two side to side. We might get a little bit lighter through our feet. They might float, they might not, and you can kind of sway a little side to side, ground your sit bones down so that you might be balancing on them. And then if you can just bring a little more length into your spine, start to squeeze your belly into. You can hold your legs, you can let go of your legs. You can lift your feet as high as you want to lift your feet. And you might even give your knees a little squeeze together too. Draw the belly button in. Maybe squeeze the knees together, lengthen your spine a little bit more, and take just a nice inhale. And as you exhale, you can lower your feet. You can lean forwards. You might give them another little squeeze though, and then we're just gonna let our knees fall out wide. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring some more length into your spine. Sit tall. And if you wanna fold forwards, you can fold forwards. Get into your hips a little bit. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Take a moment to scan your body. Check in with how you're feeling so far today. Start to let your day go. And take just another breath here. If you are folding forwards, you might use an inhale to help you lift back up. You can give your knees another squeeze. We're going to be making our way over into tabletop, so onto our hands and knees. Once you get there, spread your fingers nice and wide. Maybe give your hips a couple sways side to side. We're going to be bringing our right leg back behind us. Tuck the toes, push into the ball of the foot. You might sway a little bit forwards and back. And then you can keep your leg behind you, straight behind you, or you can move it to the left. Press into the ball of the foot. Send your hips towards the right a little bit. And then bringing your right knee back down to the ground. Maybe reset your hands. Maybe sway your hips side to side. And then your left leg can go back, tuck your toes, push into the ball of the foot. Keep it straight behind you to start, but you could add a little bit of movement. A sway forwards and back. And then maybe you're staying here, or your foot can travel. Make its way off to the right. Send your hips towards the left a little bit. And then just bringing your knee back in to your tabletop. Maybe replant the hands, spread the fingers wide, maybe sway your hips side to side too. And then you can tuck your toes and lift your knees up and into downward facing dog. Take a moment here. If you'd like to pedal your feet, take a slow and deep breath in and out. Pressing the ground away. Let's use an inhale to look forwards. And as you exhale, you can walk on up to the top of your mat. Once you get there, use an inhale to lift halfway up. And exhale to fold forwards. Let an inhale bring you all the way up to standing. Reach up and exhale, lower your arms down. Take a shoulder roll and an inhale as you reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, lower your arms, take a shoulder roll if you want one. And inhale as you reach back up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, let's come back up one more time. Reach up. Exhale, lower your arm, shoulder roll if you want one. And a big inhale to reach up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding forwards. We're going to plant our hands, take our feet back and into downward facing dog. Push into the ground, send your hips nice and high. Maybe pedal the feet. Slow deep breath in, slow deep breath out. Using an inhale, we're going to look forwards, and exhale, walk back to the top of your mat. Taking an inhale for a half lift once you get there. And as you exhale, we're going to fold and plant our hands. Just the right foot is going to come back into a lunge. Now you can keep your knee lifted for a moment. You might sway a little bit forwards and back, sinking into the hips a little bit more. And then we can bring our knee down, rest on the top of the back foot, and maybe a little bit of a sway forwards and back. You might not be able to see the movement, or you might. But you can keep your foot in the middle of your mat, or you can heel toe it out just a little bit so that your toes are pointing forwards. If your left hand comes to the inside of the foot, can you hug your knee towards your shoulder? Dragon lunge. Now you might stay here as well, or you can heel toe a little further out. Turn your toes to be on an angle, pointing out to the side. Let your knee fall away from your shoulder. Lizard lunge. So you can stay on the back knee. You could tuck your toes and lift it up. Wake up the leg, push into the hands. Active here, but also sinking your hips down towards the ground. Now, if you did lift your back knee, you might be bringing it down. You could find the top of the foot again. And then maybe we'll turn our chest towards the left. Your hand could find your knee. You could find your hip. You could even try and find your right hip behind you. Awesome work, you guys. If you're in the twist, if your hand's behind you somewhere, bring it back down to the ground. Start to heel toe your foot to the middle of the mat. If you did, bring it out to the side. Once you're in a lunge, again, take an inhale to gaze forwards, and exhale, bring your back foot up to the top. With an inhale, take a half lift. As you exhale, fold forwards. Our left foot's gonna come back. You might start with the knee lifted. Maybe a sway forwards, back. Maybe your knee starts to come down, resting on the top of the back foot. Maybe a little sway forwards and back. And you can keep your foot in the middle of the mat. You could heel toe it over maybe once, maybe twice. Toes pointing forward still if possible. The right hand as it comes to the inside of the foot. Hug your knee and your shoulder together. Nice work, you guys. If you want to heel toe your foot a little bit further out to the side, turn the toes to point out on an angle. Let your knee leave your shoulder. Let it fall out to the side as well. Lizard. Your back knee can stay on the ground. You could tuck the toes and lift it up by squeezing the leg, pressing into the hands, but still sinking into the hip. If you have your back knee lifted, maybe bring it down, find the top of the foot. If you want to turn your chest towards the right, your hand might find your knee, your right hip, or maybe the left one. Awesome work, you guys. Bringing your right hand back down to the ground. If you did lift it up, we can heel toe our foot back in. Once you're in a lunge, again, take an inhale to gaze forwards and exhale, bring your back foot up to the top. Take an inhale for a half lift, and as you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach up and exhale. Lower your arms down to your sides. Take a shoulder roll and then use an inhale as you reach back up and exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding forwards, planting your hands. Take your feet back into downward facing dog. Press the ground away. Take a nice slow inhale. And as you exhale, lower your knees down. Cross your ankles and have a seat, bringing your legs in front of you. You can give the knees a hug or a squeeze. Maybe take a rock side to side. And maybe you'll start to lean back, get a little bit lighter through the feet again, a little longer through the spine. Boat pose. Maybe let your legs go. Maybe squeeze the knees in, pull the belly button towards your spine, and let your shoulders fall from your ear. Take another inhale. As you exhale, we're finding our butterfly. Lengthen the spine, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Maybe you are folding forwards. Feel your hips. Your shoulders fall away from your ear. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you sit back up. Maybe you float your butterfly too. Holding onto the legs, the feet somewhere, lengthening through the spine, maybe a little bit of a sway around. Find those sit bones, a place where you can balance on your glutes. Awesome work, you guys. We're going to bring our feet to the ground, our knees back together, but maybe you do your knees together first and then your feet to the ground. And give your knees a hug, a squeeze. Take a rock or sway side to side. We're going to be sending our right leg out long, and our left foot is going to either rest on the inner thigh, where we can fold forwards, or we can lean back and bring our foot on top of the quad for a seated figure 4, getting into the glute of the left leg or the hamstring of the right if you want to keep that leg long and fold forward. If you've got your legs crossed right now, if you are in a seated figure 4 position, you might start to lean forwards again, uncross the legs. If you're folding forwards, lift on up. Our left leg will either stay long and the right foot to the inner thigh, or lean back a bit. Bring your right foot on top of the quad. Awesome work, you guys. Take just another breath wherever you are. We uncrossing the legs, sitting tall again, maybe giving the knees a hug or a squeeze towards the chest. Maybe a few extra sways side to side, and then we can lay down on our backs. You might bring your knees with you to the chest and rock or sway side to side a few more times. You might even start to widen the knees. Your feet can either stay together or you can reach for them. Happy baby. And shine the soles of the feet up above you. A gentle press of your low back into the ground. Feeling your hips. If you did bring the feet wide, you can let them find one another again. Maybe just the big toes, or maybe the soles of the feet can touch. And start to help to bring the knees back together as well. Maybe take one more squeeze, one more hug. And you can send your legs out long. Your feet nice and wide. Set up for Shavasana. It's a comfortable place where you can relax. Stay here for as long as you have time for today. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.